Peace, love, and black empowerment. You are tuned into the Mile High News Channel, Denver's first station for news and entertainment that is for us and by us. With your hosts, Noble Turner, Sharif Aline, Chairman Seku, and Jesse Paris. Welcome. Peace, love, and black empowerment. Welcome back to Mile High News, family. As always, I just want to give our audience shouts out. Tell you guys we really appreciate the love, appreciate the support. You know, we're going to keep it pushing and keep on pushing. Just want to talk to you guys about a little bit what we're trying to do and what I'm trying to do. Next week, I'm going to have a video. It's going to be the launch of what we're trying to do with our land. And make sure you guys stay tuned. I've put together a great video for y'all to let y'all know exactly what's going on, how we're going to do it, and how it's going to be done. So tonight we're going to have our sister Mellie Queen on as our correspondent, and she's going to be talking to us about medical kidnapping and everything that's going on with that. And we just want to send a shout out to South Africa. I've looked in our viewers page, in our viewers portion of our page, and man, we appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? So we're looking for a lot, we're looking for other correspondents to help us out, especially somebody from South Africa to let us know what's going on over there. And I'm a big fan of Julius Malema and the EFF, so I would love to hear about that, what's going on. And our people in New York, we have a lot of support in New York. It's over almost 200 people. So, holler at us, New York. Shoot, let us know what's going on over there on the East Coast. Shoot. So, anyways, we got our sister Mellie Queen. Sister Mellie.
Thank you, Brother Noble. Hi, African family. I have been meeting and coming in contact with a lot of our sisters out here that are being screwed and fucked over by this system. They're being murdered, raped, their children murdered and raped. They're constantly keeping their feet on our necks, keeping us enslaved. We are constantly being attacked. The government and their fucked up laws, the pigs and their murders, mass incarceration and kidnapping of our citizens, of our black men and women and children who are kept as slaves and then just to die. Sex and organ trafficking, and what we're going to talk about today, medical kidnapping. Medical kidnapping is where the state can come in and declare the caregiver neglectful or saying that the child is not being taken care of, and they'll snatch that child out of the caregiver's custody and give them to the custody of the state. During that process, the state uses our children as guinea pigs, test lab subjects. They perform procedures and surgeries on them, taking their cells, their organs, growing cancer cells, growing other things, building and creating things that are destructive to our people. This is what happened to young princess Nariah Mack and her family. She was taken from her mother in 2016, and exactly 8 months later, she was dead. And she was in the custody of the state of Georgia. 8 months. No one is giving an explanation of how she died, why she died. No closure has been given. No justice has been served. This young mother, Jasmine Mack, needs our help. It should be no way that she's out here by herself and not getting the help that she needs. We need to help this young lady find justice. And we as a community, as a people, need to come together and show her the compassion and protection that she needs right now. This is a call to action, family. Justice for Nye and her mother, Queen Jasmine Mack, and their family. We need serious people to contact her. She can be contacted at jasminemack5@gmail.com. That's Jasmine, MIN Mac MACK 5 the number 5 at gmail.com. Only if you're serious. We need help, family. This is National Sex Trafficking Awareness Month. Educate and protect yourselves. Get armed, practice, trained, stay vigilant, stay ready, and to start making a difference. She needs our help, family. Black power, all power to the people.
And then yeah, fam, that the medical kidnapping is crazy, and everybody thinks it's this the child trafficking. It's really the medical trafficking too. So you know what I'm saying. Get with the sister if you want to help her out. We've left her Gmail account name on there. So yeah, if you guys want to help her out, make sure you do, man. Like I've always said, you know, there's a war on us, and it's going on from all facets. It's going on from all parts. So next up, we have our brother Sharif, and he's going to be talking to us about the Me Too madness. Brother Sharif.
Right on, Brother Noble, man. As many of y'all know by now, Brother Kobe Bryant lost his life in a helicopter accident on Sunday. Some people say it wasn't an accident, you know, because there's cartoons and tweets from 8 years ago talking about Kobe's gonna die in a helicopter accident. But nevertheless, he died in this helicopter accident, and the white, so-called liberal white women could not wait. They were salivating, licking their chops to attack this brother, man. They Me Too'd him hours after his death, claiming that he was a rapist. You know, one lady's like, I feel sorry for everybody on the helicopter that wasn't a rapist. You know, making little tweets and posts like that. And family, we don't have no intersectionality with nobody, man. White feminists, so-called liberal white women that's pushing this Me Too movement, they won't say a damn thing about these white women that's sexually exploiting our kids in these public schools. Most of the women that get caught having sex with students is white women. You can see them on the internet every single day. There's more white women molesting kids than Catholic priests in America. So, you know, but Me Too movement will not address white women preying on young teenage black boys. You see what I'm saying? But these same white women will call Kobe Bryant a rapist and put out all of this rapist talk about him when the man was not convicted of rape. You see, he was accused of rape by a mentally ill white woman, a white woman who had sex before she went to work and had sex with Kobe Bryant, had sex right after she left work, after she claimed Kobe Bryant raped her, went to the police with 3 different specimens of semen in her underwear and on her person. And this is a white woman who went to parties, who bragged about Kobe Bryant's anatomy, talked about how good the sex was, talked about how she was going to sue him and get money to have a breast implants and buy a koala bear. Crazy ass bitch. Anyway.
What the hell you gonna do with a koala bear?
Yeah. Anyway, like a year after she had claimed Kobe did this, she wrote a letter to the prosecutor apologizing for inconsistencies and outright lies that she made in her initial statement. Once the judge let her sexual history into the trial, the prosecution folded. And they came up with a deal. They said, Kobe, if you just apologize to this girl, everything could go away. He was reluctant in doing it, but he's like, well, you know, I got my career and I'm trying to win more championships, so I'm going to go ahead and take this little deal. He did the apology, and the girl ended up taking him to federal court, suing him, getting $2.5 million. So she got her breast implants, and I don't know if she got the koala bear, but, you know, but that just goes to show you in this society, that these white women who's supposed to be liberal and supposed to be about justice, they all into the environment, they all into animal rights, they all into saving the turtles and the trees and all of that kind of stuff. But when it comes to black men, you supposed to believe them when they say that they were raped, even though there's a lot of gray area, even though it's inconsistencies and lies in their story. What they are telling us is that we have to, any woman that says that they were sexually violated should just be believed without any type of evidence or anything to support her claim. And family, this is a dangerous precedent. These white women are doing it. They're targeting black men. They're not saying nothing about David Geffen. They ain't saying nothing about Matt Lauer. They ain't saying nothing about these big corporate executives. They ain't doing nothing but talking about Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. So, family, don't go for the okie doke. Ain't no intersectionality. We do not have any allies.
None.
You know, only thing we have out there is people who see us as prey.
Yeah.
And these white, liberal white women. I got more respect for the conservative white woman because she straight up tell you, nigga, get out my face. I don't like you.
I'm calling the police.
Yeah, but these so-called liberal white women, they want to adopt black children, buck break them. Ain't it weird that every time these liberal white women and men adopt the black children, they end up, you know, being LGBT. They put them in the dress at 3 years old and all of this kind of stuff. So don't go for the okie doke, family. These liberal white women mean black men no good. Peace.
Right. That's right. Definitely, man. That's right. Yeah, we got to watch out, man. Everybody tries to discredit our people, man. Even though, you know, Kobe wasn't just a black rights, leader or nothing like that. He was still ours. You know what I'm saying? He was still our people, and he's still, you know what I'm saying? He helped out. He helped kids with after school basketball camps and stuff like that. So that's not the only thing that our kids should be subjected to, but at least he made some strides in that.
And he was supportive of the Trayvon Martin family.
That's right. That's right too. Yeah, I did hear about that.
He had hooked up with Nipsey and was doing stuff like that. So the brother, he was conscious on the lower level. He didn't really wear his consciousness on his sleeve, but he was a way more conscious than Michael Jordan was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And gave back to the younger brothers,
That's right. So definitely, man. So next up, we got our brother Jesse Parrots. He's going to be talking about Parchman Prison, the update on that, and Tangibles 2020, of course. And then we're going to always stick on that. And in this in this show, we're going to make sure that we keep on that and pressing that, especially because it's 2020. So and Moms for Housing. So brother Jesse.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Noble. Yes, family. So I have an update on the Parchman Prison in Mississippi. There's been 12 deaths this month total in Mississippi. 9 of them happened at the Parchman Prison. I discussed on a few shows ago about the horrendous conditions that are at this prison. I showed them as well. Yes, the brothers in the jail are literally killing themselves, committing suicide due to the conditions. Like I said a few shows ago, there was a brother that ended up hanging himself, and he stayed in his cell for like 10 days, and then they had the inmates come and wrap him up in a sheet and move him out. So now, like I said, Jay-Z and Yo Gotti are suing the state of Mississippi for violating, their human rights, the 8th Amendment rights. We need to pay attention to this, family, because any of us could end up in these prisons, and the conditions in these prisons are atrocious. So at a rally outside of the Mississippi State Capitol, protesters called for the state to shut down the Mississippi State Penitentiary at Parchman, where the 9 inmates who died were housed. And Parchman Prison has about 2,500 inmates, and the Democratic lawmakers said Friday staff shortages and low pay have made the facility and others in the state dangerous for guards, inmates, amid years of underfunding. So, the new governor, Tate Reeves, announced a nationwide search for a new director to lead the Mississippi Department of Corrections. Officials with the Management and Training Corporation, a Utah contractor that runs 3 prisons on behalf of the state of Mississippi, said 38-year-old inmate Jermaine Tyler died in custody Saturday night at the Marshall County Correctional Facility. A spokesperson said there was no signs of foul play. So family, they are literally killing us off in these prisons, and they feel like nobody is going to come to our rescue, nobody's going to come to our aid. So we need to stay aware of what's going on in these prisons. Like I said on the last show, these are still human beings, and human beings do not belong in cages, but yet they want us caping for these illegal immigrants, but yet we are the ones that's been locked up in the cages for the past 300-400 years. So we need to stay focused on that. And then we have Michael Bloomberg. Michael Bloomberg, Mr. Stop and Frisk, when he was the governor of New York State, he now has a $70 billion plan for African Americans. He's dubbing it the Greenwood Initiative, which is referencing Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street in the 1920s. And what he's saying is he wants to create 1 million black homeowners within that, and he wants us to become, so calls it, sufficient, financially sufficient. Family, $70 billion is a drop in the bucket compared to what we are asking for. As we said on numerous shows, we are asking for $100 trillion. That's for past, present, and future. And we are not letting up on this. So if they want the black vote, they're going to have to produce tangibles, and they're going to have to do something specifically for us. The $70 billion plan is not going to get it. And we cannot be fooled by the trick bag that Bloomberg and others is trying to run on us. Which I'm going to go into now, tangibles 2020. It's 2020, family. We demanding our tangibles. If they want the black vote, they have to produce tangibles. Now, locally, I had a candidate I supported this whole time last year. Her name was Candy Cedar Bakken.
Uh-oh.
Now, she's pushing this intersectionality, we all in this together madness, but yet she had a town hall last week, and there was a drunk, belligerent cracker present, and he literally was disrupting everything, pushing people out the way, knocking people out the way to get to the front of the line. And when I called it out, I got told to shh. So we have no friends, we have no allies, family. We're in this together, that's it. And the rest of these groups can hold their own nuts. And yeah, I'm gonna put her on blast. She claims that she's for the homeless. She claims that she's for black and brown. We need to stop falling for that term, by the way. She is literally in bed with the business improvement districts. She is orchestrating these sweeps in her district, of District 9, along Colfax. Colfax is completely clean. I've never seen Colfax this clean ever. But yet she claims that she's on the side of the unhoused. She is not. And the last thing, family, is there was the moms for housing in Oakland. The sisters are now able to buy the property or a property that they were occupying. So I suggest that we take drastic measures, family, that are those that are unhoused, and we start taking over these abandoned buildings like the sisters in Oakland did. Thank you.
Definitely, man. Like I said, we got to stick to this Tangibles 2020, fam. It's time to really let our voice be heard. And, everybody's talking about a war and all of this and all of that. But, the only way we're going to be able to wage war is waging war with our dollars. You know what I'm saying? And we can talk all of this, all that. Got a lot of homeboys on there that's, straight militant and let's get up and do that. Man, you're not going to do nothing, but maybe get 1 or 2 and they're going to get 300 or 400 of us. You know what I'm saying? The only way to do this is going to be to separate ourselves, and it's going to be to let them know that we can take money out of your pocket. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to hurt them. That's what hurts a white person the most, is when you take money from them. And I don't want to, really go straight at white people like that. Or maybe I do. You know what I'm saying? But a politician and, people in the power, that's the only way to hit them, is in their pockets. So, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna stay on that, definitely. So next up, we got our brother, the infamous Mr. Seku in Seku's Corner.
All right,
Brother
let's just
Seku.
say amen. Might as well start with the closing and work our way back to the beginning.
First of all, thank you, brothers, for sharing and bringing it straight up with no chaser. And this is a bottoms-up view, not a top-down. And we talking about what we talk about every day amongst ourselves that needs to be known. How we really feel in relationship to the masses of the people. So we represent the masses. And so that means that, hey, everything that's going on now is systematic, that we, black people, African people in this country and throughout the world are experiencing the same thing. I don't care whether you in Denver, Chicago, Mississippi, South Africa, Germany, London, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, China. We're going through the same old. So that if we take an approach of how do we solve the problems in Denver, or how do we solve the problem in South Africa, or Europe, or Asia, it's like if I solve the problems in Denver, then when I leave Denver, go to Chicago, it's the same old. So the question isn't how do we solve the problems here, there, or anywhere, but how do we solve the problems of our people no matter where they at? And that requires us to get organized, see, and have a code of conduct. So that I got a liberation on my mind in Africa, I got a liberation on my mind in the Caribbean, in America, in the North Pole, the South Pole. Even the penguins got to get in line. See, for real. And this ain't about the planet. The planet is fine. It's the two-legged land rats on top of the planet that's messing it up, and it ain't coming from poor black people. It's not. It's coming from white supremacy, a capitalistic system. I said capital, not capital. But now you're getting money a bad name. See? No. Money is good as the ones who use it because it's nothing but a tool. It don't define who you are. It says what I'm going to do with the wealth that I've created by this blessing of being on this planet, that I came here with nothing. And everything I got was given and ready for me freely, including my liberation and my freedom. And that was taken away by not the elephants, not the giraffe, not the birds, not the bee. It was a two-legged animal. Yeah, it hadn't evolved into a human being yet. Because everybody that's down for this is just one step above a monkey in the zoo. So we can stop it right now. And see, you may evolve from a monkey. I did not. I come from a higher spiritual being than that. So your science is not true science. All right? So when we look at all of this, the Me Too, bestiality in white women, well, they got more respect for the dog than they do for us. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the most craziest thing out of all of this with Kobe. The media put it out there before the family was even contacted. Where's the morality in that? See? That's one of your institutions because you're trying to rush to get heads up on the story and you don't care nothing about the family. Much less the 8, 9 other people that was on there that you didn't even mention. Like they didn't matter. Those were human beings that went down with Kobe. And Kobe wasn't no more important than them. They put their lives, they got families too. They got ambition, they got dreams, and all of these families have been impacted because the families wasn't even contacted. They found out about it on the television. See? And there's no excuse for that. For real. See? And that's the system that we live in. See? That's how cold-blooded it is. That survival of the fitness, uncivilized, monkey behavior. So, here we go. All of this has got to be arrested. It's got to be quarantined. And we got to take a look at this and sift out the ones that can be helped, the ones that want to be helped, And the ones that are just going to be casualties of war, Jack, that's just it. Because that's just the way it's working. So, last but not least, Donald Trump, and I'm through with it after this. Listen, Donald Trump has been charged. That's what impeachment means. Now he's going through a jury with the Senate. And they're going to decide whether or not he's fired or not. See? But that's bullshit. Because not only do he need to be fired, he needs to be arrested, and the Democratic and the Republican Party put on one of them military planes that they drop troops off with, and you can put 5,000 people on that. And then they need to be put on a plane headed for The Hague, where you took Saddam Hussein, and all of them, the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, need to be tried on war criminal charges, and all of them either be shot or they need to be locked up for life. Because that's the problem, see? And it's too kind. See, for the murder, the mayhem that they've been doing not only here but around the world, got shit going on. They need to be charged for that as an example of what we do with war criminals. And if it's good enough for Saddam Hussein, if it's good enough for Iran, it's good for Donald Duck too. And the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. And I ain't mad at nobody, don't get me wrong. I'm not. But guess what? You're getting on my last nerve. You're getting on my last nerve. Now I'm telling you, y'all better go and find your own switch from a pussy willow tree. And that
Yeah. Every week, y'all know how it goes down. So definitely thank y'all for tuning in. We got some fire coming for y'all next week. We're gonna lay it down, fam. It's time to do it. It's gonna be. Is it gonna be February then? Yeah. It should be February by then. If it's not, that's what I'm gonna say. So yeah, we're gonna get it in right, fam.
Right.
Make sure that y'all please subscribe to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe and share on the Facebook. Make sure you guys hit the Cash App button. We're always accepting donations, fam. We don't, we get this to y'all for free, but we live in a system where stuff ain't free. So, thank y'all and peace. See y'all next
do the
week.
research. Tell me I'm lying.